4 years ago, I thought I had it all. I was 25, engaged to Sarah, 28 now, 24 then, and living in a cozy apartment in Chicago. Sarah was my college sweetheart. We met freshman year at a dive bar karaoke night. She belted out Bohemian Rhapsody with zero shame, and I was smitten. She had this laugh that could light up a room, and we spent 4 years building a life together. Late-night pizza runs, binge-watching The Office, planning our future. She was my everything. Our wedding was set for June 2021. We'd booked a small venue, nothing fancy, because we were both broke post-grads. I was working as a junior software developer, scraping by, while Sarah was a graphic designer freelancing for startups. We dreamed of a simple life, a house with a porch, maybe a dog. I'd propose stupid names like Sir Barkington, and she'd laugh until she cried. My best friend, Jake, 30, now 26 then, was part of our world. We'd been tight since high school. Think Dungeons and Dragons marathons and sneaking beers at 17. Jake was the charming one, always cracking jokes, but I trusted him like a brother. He was going to be my best man. 3 months before the wedding, everything fell apart. Sarah sat me down one night, hands shaking, and said she couldn't marry me. I thought she was joking at first. Sarah loved pranks, but her eyes were red, and she wouldn't look at me. She admitted she'd fallen in love with Jake. They'd been talking for months, and it just happened. I felt like I'd been punched in the chest. Jake? My Jake? The guy who'd crashed on my couch when his parents kicked him out? I begged her to explain. Was it me? Did I work too much? She just kept saying, "I'm so sorry. I love him." Jake didn't even have the guts to face me. He sent a text. "I'm sorry, man." I didn't mean for this to happen. That was it. No call, no meeting. They moved in together a week later, and I was left picking up the pieces of our canceled wedding. I lost my fiancé, my best friend, and my sense of trust in one blow. I cut contact, blocked them on everything, moved to a new apartment, threw myself into work, and tried to forget. But every time I saw a couple holding hands or heard Queen on the radio, it was like a knife twisting in my gut. Fast forward to 2023. I'd been grinding at work, pouring my heartbreak into code. A side project, a budgeting app I built to manage my own finances, caught the eye of an investor. By 2024, my startup was valued at $10 million. I'm not saying this to brag, it's just context. I went from eating instant ramen to owning a condo downtown. Money didn't fix the hole in my chest, but it gave me options. I started hearing snippets about Sarah and Jake through mutual friends. They were engaged, living in our old neighborhood, but struggling. Jake was bartending, Sarah was still freelancing, and they couldn't afford the wedding Sarah always wanted. Back when we were together, she'd show me Pinterest boards of this historic venue in Chicago, a 19th century mansion with chandeliers and a rose garden. It was her dream, but it cost $50,000 minimum. We'd laughed it off as a pipe dream back then. I don't know why, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Maybe it was nostalgia. Maybe it was guilt for moving on so well while they struggled. I'd started dating again. A woman named Mia, 27, who's kind and funny. But Sarah's dream wedding haunted me. I wasn't in love with her anymore, but I wanted her to have that one thing she'd always wanted. Closure, maybe? Or proof I wasn't the bitter ex. In January 2025, I did something insane. I contacted the mansion venue under a fake name, James Carter, and said I wanted to sponsor a wedding for a dear friend. I paid $50,000 up front. Full package, catering, flowers, a string quartet, the works. I made the venue sign an NDA, ensuring Sarah and Jake would never know it was me. I told myself it was a gift, no strings attached. I didn't want gratitude or drama. I just wanted Sarah to have her fairy tale day, even if it was with Jake. The venue worked with Sarah and Jake, telling them an anonymous donor had covered the costs as part of a charity program. They bought it. I didn't tell a soul, not even Mia. It felt like a secret I could carry to my grave, a quiet way to let go of the past. The wedding was last weekend, June 15th, 2025. I wasn't invited, obviously, but I saw photos on a mutual friend's Instagram. Sarah in a flowing white dress, Jake in a tux, the mansion glowing under fairy lights. It was exactly how she'd described it. She looked radiant, happier than I'd ever seen her. Jake was grinning like he'd won the lottery. For the first time in years, I didn't feel angry. I felt free, like I'd finally closed the book on that chapter of my life. I went out for beers with Mia that night, and life felt good. I was moving forward, building something new. I thought that was the end of it. 2 days ago, everything blew up. A mutual friend, Lisa, 29F, called me in a panic. Apparently, the venue's coordinator slipped up and mentioned James Carter to Sarah while finalizing paperwork. Lisa, who knew I'd used that alias for a charity event once, put 2 and 2 together. She confronted me, and I admitted it. I begged her to keep it quiet, but she told Sarah anyway. Sarah called me yesterday sobbing. She said she didn't deserve it, that she felt like a fraud walking down the aisle knowing I'd paid for it. She kept apologizing for hurting me years ago, saying she'd always regretted how things ended. I told her it wasn't about guilt. I just wanted her to have her dream. She hung up crying. Then Jake texted, a wall of angry messages. You think you're some big hero? You made me look like a loser who can't provide for my wife. Why would you do this? Stay out of our lives. I didn't respond. I didn't know how. Now it's a mess. Lisa's spreading the story to our old friend group. Half of them think I'm a saint for being so selfless. The other half say I'm a manipulative AH who humiliated Jake. My sister Emma, 32, is furious. She says I disrespected Sarah and Jake's relationship by meddling without their consent. Mia's supportive but thinks I should have told her first. She's hurt. I kept it a secret. I'm lost. I didn't mean to cause drama or make anyone feel bad. I thought I was doing something kind, a way to let go of my pain and give Sarah the day she deserved, even if it wasn't with me. But now Jake feels emasculated. Sarah's guilt-ridden, and my friends are picking sides. Did I cross a line? Was this selfless or selfish? AITA for secretly funding my ex's wedding? Should I apologize to Jake or just let it go? 2 hours after posting, holy crap, this blew up. Thanks for all the comments, even the ones calling me a doormat. To clarify, I'm not trying to win Sarah back. I'm happy with Mia and we're serious. I never meant for them to find out it was me. The venue screwed up. Also, some of you asked why I didn't just donate to charity instead.